Hello friends, as you know that in the last lecture we have got idea about the physiology of flowering plants, and in that one we have got idea about the photoperiodism. Now in this today's lecture I myself Dr. Bhagwan Mari, Department of Botany and PG Research Center, Turudaram Chaturchanda, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Baramati, going to give idea to you about the vernalization. Now what is vernalization? Actually, vernalization is a Latin word, and this vernalization Latin word is nothing but the spring. That is nothing but the spring is there. spring, spring. Literally meaning of that one is brings into the spring condition. Duration of the chilling treatment ranges from 4 days to 3 months. 4 days to 3 months. And site of vernalization for your kind information, metabolically active meristems of the shoot apex. Developing leaves, sometimes the root apex is there. My friends, apart these things are there, vernalization is nothing but we have to provide a chilling treatment to the shoot apex, developing leaves, or sometimes the root apex for the initiation of the flowering. That is most important, you have to keep in mind. As we have seen in the last lecture, actually there is a effect of a role of light in the initiation of the flowering or production of the flowering. Similar way, some plants actually loves, I will say that, chilling treatment to their part, that is nothing but the shoot apex or meristems, developing leaves, sometimes root apex. If these parts receives chilling treatment between 4 days to 3 months, the vernalization is possible. So, synthesis of vernalin is possible and initiation of the flowering is there. My friends, mechanism of vernalization. Actually, how the things are going to happen because of giving the chilling treatment to the shoot apex, developing leaves or root apex of the plant. Actually, there are the two theories, a hypothesis of a hormonal environment. First one is that, another is a hypothesis of phasic development. So what happens actually, how the things are going to happen in this one, how the initiation of a flowering takes place, that is most important. Here, the first hypothesis of a hormonal involvement is that hormone playing an important role, means when we use a chilling treatment to the shoot tip or developing leaves or to the root tips, the specific hormone synthesizes there. And this hypothesis, hormonal synthesis or hormonal involvement in the initiation of the flowering, is given by Chalakyan. Chalakyan is the name of scientist. It is indicated that the vernalin is produced in some biennial and perennial plants at a low temperature in a long day plants. Anthensin is converted to the GA. Anthensin is converted to the GA. Anthensin is present in a long day plant. Anthensin plus vernalin causes the flowering in a long day plant. But in short day condition, the vernalin is not converted to the GA because they lack the anthensin. Hence, the flowering does not occur. Actually, we know that when any hypothesis regarding any plant process or physiological process is developed or given by the scientist on the basis of experiments or on the basis of their observations, some difficulties, whenever the Chalakyan is going to say that there is a involvement of a hormone is there in the initiation of a flowering, means vernalin synthesis takes place due to the chilling treatment, but that anthensin which is present in the low temp, which is present into the long day plant, is get converted into a gibberellic acid. But anthensin is not synthesized in a short day plant. So, anthensin plus vernalin never going to give converting to a gibberellic acid. So, there could not be the So that point actually helps to reject this little bit a hypothesis of a hormonal involvement by giving a chilling treatment to the specific part of the plant. Now another hypothesis, that is hypothesis of a phasic development. Some phases are there. Thermostage, photophase is there. And actually this hypothesis of phasic development is proposed by the Lysenko. The annual plant seeds have series of development which occurs in a predetermined sequence. Next in a phase only initiates on the termination of a previous phase. Second phase gets started or commenced when and first get terminated or end. Actually there are according to the Lysenko, there are the two phases takes place in the life of the plant before initiation of the flowering. First one is a thermostage, another is a photostage. Here in the thermostage what happens actually, the vegetative phase which requires low temperature, that is in between 0 to 14 degrees centigrade and suitable moisture and aeration. The stage is of a variable length and depends on the nature of the plant. 0 to 14 degree temperature we have to give to the specific part of the plant, and then what happens actually, here the thermostage gets over. And now photophase starts as it requires the high temperature, and depending on the light share, the vernalin helps the synthesis of a florigen which is stimulus for the flowering. Thermophase should be followed by the photophase. My friends, you have to keep in mind, as Lysenko has said, observed in his experiments or in his observations or in his experiments or research work, is that first of all he is going to say that the plants which are shows the initiation of flowering or produces the flowering because of the chilling treatment have to pass through the two stages, that is a thermostage and photophase. In the thermostage only 0 to 14 degree temperature treatment is to be given to the shoot apex or developing leaf or root apex is to be given. After giving that one, what happens actually, next step stage started, that is the photophase, and here in high temperature what happens actually, the vernalin synthesis takes place, and that helps vernalin into synthesis of a florigen. We know that florigen is the physiologically, that is the hormone which actually responsible for initiation of a flowering. Whenever synthesis of florigen takes place, that florigen goes to the site of a flowering, and flowering initiates or developing of the flowers takes place at that site. So these two phases are there, how that are going to help in the initiation of flowering in a plant which likes chilling treatment in between 0 to 14 degrees centigrade. Now, as we have seen that artificially, suppose, or we have to say that the vernalization took place, there is again another opposite phenomenon, that is a devernalization. We can remove the effect of vernalization. The reversion of a vernalization by high temperature treatment is known as a devernalization. फोटोफेज मध्ये लिमिटेड टेम्परेचर आपण द्यायचं आहे, जर त्याच्यापेक्षा हाय टेम्परेचर दिलं तर डिवर्नलायझेशन कॅन टेक्स प्लेस. अगेन रिवर्स इज देअर इन केस ऑफ द वर्नलायझेशन by the high temperature treatment takes place. It is achieved by treating the vernalized seeds or buds with a high temperature. It should be done immediately after the vernalization. Sometimes low irradiation also brings about the vernalization. My friends, you have to keep in mind here, आपण कधी देतो ट्रीटमेंट वर्नलायझेशनची, whenever that plant is at the seed stage, means in the beginning. Suppose we have given the chilling treatment, that chilling treatment will remain with the plant for long time, and suppose again we have given suppose high temperature immediately to that seeds, devernalization could take place. So that is about the devernalization. Now what is the application after learning all these physiological processes? Why we have to work, why we have to spend the time, why we have to take a lot of efforts, isn't it? Why we have to get the pains, body pains to work, to find out, to study these processes. So when we will come to know that these things, then we have to say that that are the applications. What are the significance of that learning all these processes? Here the once we could able to understand about the vernalization, It will helpful in shortening the juvenile or vegetative period of the plant and brings early flowering in many plants. This is saving the time to complete the life cycle. My friends, we know that actually. I used to say that one of the story every time that I will tell to you in Marathi here. The शेतकरी हा सगळ्यात हुशार. आम्हाला एक टॉपिक होता, एक लेसन होता इयत्ता 7वी 5वीच्या दरम्यान. तर त्याच्यामध्ये असं होतं की त्याला टायटल होतं हुशार शेतकरी. हुशार शेतकरी इन द सेन्स काय होतं, सलग 5 वर्ष पाऊस पडत नाही. मग शेतकरी काय होतं, देवाकडे धावा घेतो त्याच्या शेतातल्या आणि म्हणतो की अरे देवा, आज सलग 5 वर्ष पाऊस नाही, तू तरी पण शांत आहेस, काहीतरी कर, आपण मांडवली करू, दोघांमध्ये काही हिस्सा वाटून घेऊया. म्हणून तो शेतकरी काय होतो, देवाला ऑफर करतो, देवाला एक विनंती करतो की बाबा मी जे पीक घेईन, तू जर पाऊस पाडला तर त्यातलं निम्मा एक भाग तुला देईन आणि एक भाग मला घेईन. मग शेतकरी न तशी विनवणी केल्यानंतर शेतकरी थोडा हतबल झालेला दिसला. मग देवानं पण विचार केला, देवाला त्याची दया आली आणि मग त्यावर्षी भरपूर पाऊस पडला. मग देवानं सांगितलं की मला तू वरचा भाग दे, खालचा तू घे. तर शेतकऱ्याने काय केलं असेल, त्या वर्षी भुईमुग पेरला, खालचा भाग म्हणजे भुईमुगाच्या शेंगा त्याने घेतल्या आणि वरचे ढाळं त्या शेतकऱ्याला देऊन टाकली. पुन्हा तो देवाकडे गेला. देवा म्हटला, जसा या वर्षी गेल्या वर्षी पाऊस पडला, याही वर्षी पाऊस पाड, तू म्हणशील तसं तर काय नाही हरकत बाबा, गेल्या वर्षी तू खालचा भाग घेतला, तर यावर्षी मला खालचा भाग दे, वरचा तू घे. शेतकरी हुशार, मी अगोदर सांगितलं की त्यानं काय केलं, ज्वारी पेरली, कणसं आपण घेतली, धान्य आपण घेतलं आणि पुन्हा ताटं किंवा ज्याला आपण वैरण म्हणूया ती देवाच्या तिथं नेऊन ठेवली. ठीक आहे, देव म्हटला की आता तो हुशार आहे. तिसऱ्या वर्षी पुन्हा देवाकडे गेला की देवा, 2 वर्ष सलग पाऊस पडला, चांगलं पीक आलं, आपल्या ठरलेल्या नियमानुसार करारानुसार मी तुला सगळ्या गोष्टी दिल्या, आता आणखीन काहीतरी तुला दिलं पाहिजे. मग देव म्हणतो ठीक आहे, तू हुशार आहे, त्याचा असं कर, खालचा आणि वरचा भाग मला दे. शेतकरी पुन्हा हुशार निघाला आणि त्यानं काय केलं असेल तर त्यानं मका पेरली. वरचा भाग तुरा, खालचा भाग थोडासा दिला देवाला आणि मधली मकेची कणसं ह्या शेतकऱ्यानं घेतली. मी हे हुशार शेतकरी का सांगितलं तुम्हाला, तर तशा पद्धतीनं ह्युमन बिईंग इज ऑलवेज ब्रिलियंट बिकॉज ही वॉन्ट्स टू लर्न ईच अँड एव्हरीथिंग और स्पेंड मनी फॉर ईच अँड एव्हरीथिंग और ही विल डू ए हार्डवर्क जस्ट टू गेट आउट ऑफ दॅट व्हेरी गुड थिंग. जसं मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की आपल्याला एकदा समजलं की हे बी आहे, ह्या झाडाच्या बियाला किंवा ह्या झाडाला जर चिलिंग ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर ह्यालामध्ये फ्लावरिंग होतं आहे, हे आपल्याला जर लक्षात आलं तर आपण त्याला सीड कंडिशनलाच जर ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर त्याची व्हिजिटेटिव्ह ग्रोथ कमी होईल आणि रिप्रोडक्टिव्ह ग्रोथ जे आपल्याला पाहिजे फायदेशीर यील्ड आहे. दॅट्स वाय दॅट इज अ मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग इज दॅट लर्निंग ऑफ ए प्रोसेस ऑफ ए व्हर्नलायझेशन टू शॉर्टन द व्हिजिटेटिव्ह पिरियड अँड रिमेनिंग we have to say that the reproductive condition, reproductive period, we will be able to increase with the help of such a type of a treatment. So that is most important application of a vernalization. Early flowering induces the early formation of seed which leads to the early harvest. My friends, we know that actually we want each and everything in a short span of time. Always we are interested to develop or be a rich in a short span of time. We are interested to get the fruits within a short period of time. That's why we know that actually scientists have developed the many more plant variety which could be able to produce a flowers or seeds and fruits very early. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की जुन्या काळी एक कल्पना होती व मुलानं एखाद्या व्यक्तीनं झाड लावायचं आणि त्याचा फायदा त्या झाडाच्या आंब्याचं झाड असेल तर त्याची फळं कुणाला मिळायची, नातवंडांना मिळायची. म्हणजे आजोबाच्या काळात आजोबांनी लावलेल्या झाडाची फळं नातवंडाला. आता तसं नाही, तुम्हीच झाड लावा तुम्हाला लगेच फळं मिळतात नेक्स्ट 2-3 वर्षामध्ये. सो लाईक दॅट व्हरायटी हॅव बीन डेव्हलप्ड बाय. सो दिस इज वी हॅव टू से दॅट मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट ॲप्लिकेशन ऑफ अ लर्निंग ऑफ ऑल दिस फिजिओलॉजिकल प्रोसेसेस ऑफ द प्लांट. हिअर आय विल से टू यू अर्ली फ्लॉवरिंग, लवकर फळं, लवकर उत्पादन, लवकर मार्केटमध्ये नेलं आपल्याला फायदा होऊन जाईल. देन वी हॅव शॉर्टन द लाईफ स्पॅन ऑफ द प्लांट, isn't it? Here again it will help useful not only to the temperate plant but also to some of the tropical plants like the wheat, rice and millet, cotton. त्याच्यासाठी सुद्धा आपण vernalization process can be applied to the plants like which are growing in a tropical area such as a wheat, rice, millet and cotton. It helps increases yield and resistance to the cold and diseases caused by the fungi. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की काही प्लांटमध्ये व्हर्नलायझेशन रेजिस्टंट व्हरायटीज तयार केला पाहिजेत. सो दॅट इज पॉसिबल वी कॅन डेव्हलप विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस. learning the vernalization process, or that is the application of that one. The kernel wrinkles problem in a criticals can be solved by the vernalization. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की काही ह्याच्यावरती सुरकुत्या येतात, श्रिंकेज येते आणि त्याच्यामुळे मार्केट व्हॅल्यू कमी होते, त्याची मार्केटमधली किंमत कमी येते, त्याला पैसे कमी मिळतात. सो दॅट कॅन बी सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लेम बाय द ट्रीटिंग विथ द cold temperature to the shoot or root of that plant. It plays a crucial role in a crop improvement. As already I have said to you, we are interested in case of improving the crop variety for many more things. एक एक्झाम्पल सांगितलं, सपोज वी आर हॅव्हिंग अ कोकोनट, बट त्या कोकोनटचा नारळ म्हणजे नारळाचं जे नारळ जो आहे नारळाच्या झाडाचा तो स्मॉल साईज आहे, आपल्याला मोठ्या साईजचा पाहिजे, इजंट इट. सो त्याच्या पद्धतीने त्याच्यामध्ये आपण इम्प्रूव्हमेंट केली, लक्षात येतं ना. सो दॅट विल बी, जर नारळाचं फळ मोठं आलं तर त्याच्यात खोबरं जे असेल, जो इडिबल पार्ट आहे दॅट कॅन बी मोर इन टू दॅट वन. आणि जर इडिबल पार्ट मोर असेल मार्केट व्हॅल्यू जास्त येईल. सो लाईक दॅट पण वी हॅव टू से दॅट इज नथिंग बट द vernalization also will help here just to improve some crop. So the crop plant, new variety we will be able to develop by learning the process, or that is the application of a vernalization. These are the applications of vernalization that you will have to remember, that you will have to write at the time of a examination. Not only that, but you can also try to give 0 to 14 degrees centigrade temperature to the plant itself. Now, what is the difference? As already in the beginning of this lecture I have given you idea is that there are the photoperiodism process we have studied in the last lecture. Now we have to get at the vernalization. But what is the difference between these two very important physiological processes which are useful in initiation of a flowering or production of a flowering to the plant? But what is the difference? So that difference you will be able to see here. In case of the photoperiodism, it is a response of a relative length of the light and dark period is there. Photoperiodism म्हणजे काय? It gives the response of a relative length or relative light and dark period to the initiation of vernalization. That is the acceleration of the ability of the flower. Production of a flower is there by giving a chilling treatment. पहिला डिफरन्स झाला. The second one that the stimulus is perceived by the mature leaves. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की in case of the short day plant, long day plant, actually the day length or dark period that is perceived by the organ of the plant, that is the leaves. आणि त्या लीव्समध्ये फ्लोरिजिन तयार होतं, नंतर ते शूटकडं किंवा द साईट बिहेव फ्रॉम द फ्लावर इनिशिएशन टेक्स प्लेस, तिकडं तो ट्रान्सलोकेट केलं जातं, ट्रान्सलोकेशन इज देअर. इथं बघतोय आपण की इन केस ऑफ vernalization द स्टिम्युलस इज परसिव्ड बाय द ॲक्टिव्ह मेरिस्टेम्स, शूट अपेक्स त्याच्या तिथं परसिव्ह केला जातो, चिलिंग ट्रीटमेंट. इन केस ऑफ फोटोपिरियडिझम थर्ड जो डिफरन्स आहे त्या फोटोपिरियडिझम vernalizationमध्ये तो असा आहे की इट इज नॉट ओनली प्रिपेअर द प्लांट फॉर द फ्लावरिंग बट ऑल्सो इनिशिएट्स द फ्लावरिंग. नुसतं फ्लावरिंगसाठी तयार करत नाही तर त्याला फ्लावरिंग येण्यासाठी इनिशिएट करत आहे. इट सेल्फ डज नॉट इंड्यूस द फ्लावरिंग बट प्रिपेअर द प्लांट फॉर द फ्लावरिंग. आपण बघतो की vernalization कोल्ड टेम्परेचर चिलिंग ट्रीटमेंटमुळे काय होतं की त्याच्यामध्ये त्याला प्रिपेअर करत आहे, रेडी करत आहे, पण इनिशिएट करत नाही. का तर पुन्हा त्याच्याबरोबर फ्लोरिजिन जॉईंट झाला पाहिजे. व्हर्नॅलिन प्लस फ्लोरिजिन आणि मग फ्लावरिंग होतं आहे. तसं फोटोपिरियडिझममध्ये नाही, डायरेक्ट फ्लोरिजिन तयार होतं आहे, म्हणजे प्रिपेअरही करते आणि इनिशिएट्स बी करते. पण इथं ह्याच्यामध्ये फक्त प्रिपेअर करते. दॅट इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट डिफरन्स इन बिटवीन दिस टू फिजियोलॉजिकल प्रोसेसेस इन केस ऑफ production of a flower, that is in between the photoperiodism and vernalization. It is mediated through the florigin. As already I have said to you, florigin synthesis takes place whenever the specific day length or specific dark period is perceived by the leaves. And the effect of photoperiodism, another thing is that it cannot be reversed. बट इन केस ऑफ vernalization, डिव्हर्नलायझेशन इज देअर. लो टेम्परेचर ट्रीटमेंट एखाद्या सीडला दिली, vernalization झालं, आणि नंतर आपण त्याला जर हॉट टेम्परेचर ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर त्याचं डिव्हर्नलायझेशन तो नलिफाय होतो तो इफेक्ट. तसं फोटोपिरियडिझममध्ये घडत नाही. म्हणजे फोटोपिरियडिझममध्ये एकदा का फ्लोरिजिन सिंथेसिस ट्रीटमेंट दिल्यानंतर होणारच, जरी त्याला नंतर तुम्ही डिस्टर्ब करत राहिला. एकदा ट्रीटमेंट कंप्लीट झाली एक्झॅक्ट, the next time there is no reverse is there. But in case of vernalization, reverse is there. The photoperiodic stimulus is interrupted by the dark period. लक्षात घ्या. The photoperiodic stimulus is interrupted by the dark periods, in the sense dark period having a lot of importance in the life of a photoperiodism. Vernalization stimulus must be applied continuously. हे लक्षात ठेवा की ह्याच्यामध्ये डिस्टर्ब झाला तरी नलिफाय होत नाही, परंतु वर्नालायझेशन कंटिन्यूअस तेवढे जे ट्रीटमेंट त्या सायकल्स त्याला मिळाल्या नाहीत. फॉर एक्झाम्पल चिलिंग ट्रीटमेंट रिक्वायर्ड प्लांट्स रिक्वायर्ड ॲटलिस्ट 5 सायकल्स. त्या 5 सायकल्समधली जरी कंटिन्युअस एक सायकल ब्रेक झाली आणि गॅपनं जर 5वी सायकल दिली तर त्याच्यामध्ये वर्नालायझेशनमुळं वर्नॅलिन सिंथेसिस होत नाही. प्लांट नेवर गेट प्रिपेअर्ड फॉर द फ्लावरिंग. तसं फोटोपिरियडिझममध्ये नाही. गॅप देऊन जरी परत सायकल पूर्ण केली, मी फॉर एक्झाम्पल शॉर्ट डे प्लांट आपण घेतलं आणि ते शॉर्ट डे किती दिवस पाहिजे, 4 दिवस पाहिजे, पण समजा 3 दिवस दिलं, एखाद्या दिवशी प्रॉब्लेम आला आणि नंतर म्हणजे डिफिकल्टी आली आणि पुढं जाऊन जरी दिलं तरी पुन्हा त्याच्यामध्ये फ्लॉवरिंग येतं. म्हणजे कधीही तुम्ही त्या 4 सायकल्स त्या फोटोपिरियडच्या द्या, फ्लावर florigine synthesis will and initiation of flowering is possible in the photoperiod. So this is again another most important difference is there in case of, we have to say that photoperiodism and vernalization, my friends. With this I will say to you, my friends, thank you very much. Once again I will tell to you, my friends, these 2 processes, photoperiodism and vernalization, that you will have to learn by trying to understand the concept. Always I used to say that unless and until you could digest the things, it is not possible to it is not possible to learn, it is not possible to thorough understanding of a science. And if you try to do that, if you try to understand, definitely you will be able to understand. But for that you will have to understand, first of all, try to understand the meaning of each and every scientific terminology. And once you could be able to understand that meaning of terminology, as we know that photoperiod, photo means light, period means length, isn't it like that? Vernalization, vernalin, isn't it? Again we have got idea about the Lysenko has given the hypothesis, unless and until that plant passing through the 2 phases, first one photophase, another one is a thermophase, isn't it? And once the photophase ends, the thermophase starts there. Temperature requirements, cycles, what are those are? What is the significance of learning of a vernalization? What is the reverse of a vernalization? That is devernalization is there, isn't it? So you will have to keep in mind, my friends. Already I have given you an idea about the vernalization process, chilling treatment process, which parts actually should pursue that. That is most important. As we have seen in case of the photoperiod, day length, or in case of long day plant, that leaves of long day plant should pursue the long day condition to the leaves, and in the leaves synthesis of florigine takes place, and then that is translocated to the site where the flowers gets produced there, and like that one. So in case of vernalization, we know that vernalin synthesis takes place at the apex or in the meristems or developing leaves or root apex, and then that vernalin fuses with anthocyanin, and then that is converted into the, in long day plant, GA, gibberellic acid. So like that things are there, very simple, but you have to understand with your open eyes. Do the experiment. You have to, as already I said to you, as a science student, you should have only 2 things with you. First one, that is a keen observations. Keen means very micro, and another, that is inquisitive mind, means you have to ask always the questions to each and everything. Try to get out of that one the answer, isn't it? And that is possible to you, my friends, because you are quite that much brilliant to do all these things. And I will say at the end, my friends, be happy and prepare for this our total topic, because this will help you to get the knowledge, and knowledge is the power, knowledge is the in future money. Thank you very much.